What's up, guys? Brad Thomas with GoBoys.com, and the NFL season all but has a bow on it. But before we talk about Week 18 in the NFL, I want to thank GoldBoys.com. I want to thank our sponsor, Sleeper Picks. Remember, use promo code GoldBoys for up to $100 on your first deposit, or you can use promo code Brad Thomas as always. Man, what a season it's been, right? We've had our ups and downs. I think we've hit some monster tickets on here. Last week, we had Nico Collins over 100, got to 80. Deebo Samuel 100, got to 50, 40. I don't even know what he got to, but it was Brandon Ayuk, and it was always Brandon Ayuk. You're going to hear this word a lot this week. It's incentive bonuses. I know Will Hill on the podcast Should Have Bet More for Gold Boys. He talked about being weary of betting on teams who need wins. Last game of the season, they need a win to get in. You have to remind yourself there's a reason why this team needs to get in. You have to remind yourself that just like last season, when the Houston Texans had an opportunity to lose the game to be the number one overall pick, they won. They won in style. You know, it's hard to tell someone to lose on purpose. It's hard to tell a team that has been battling for 17 straight weeks or 16 weeks if you include the bye to, hey, you need to really put your all into this last game. They say, God dang it, coach, I'm putting my all into every game. So be wary of the teams that need to win. And most importantly, be wary of incentive bonuses. Guys like Odell Beckham Jr., millionaires, multi-millionaires. Dude's renting out a yacht for his team. Do you think he's stressing $100,000? I'm glad he came out and said, y'all, don't bet on me because I am not hitting my incentives. And I am glad they made him sit out. But just because it's the talk of the town, I have to go through some of the incentive bonuses I think are juicy or some that you should stay away from. Let's talk about Chargers at Chiefs. Chris Jones needs one sack for a $1.25 million bonus going against a Chargers team in Easton Stick, who they haven't protected him. They didn't protect Justin Herbert. I think his pocket awareness is lower than Justin Herbert's. He's already at 9.5 sacks on the season. I think he gets to that 10. I don't know what price I'd pay. Probably, it would have to be the plus 195s. I wouldn't go chase something, but you know they're going to lay like a minus 110. I wouldn't go chase that. A fun one, but one I would not play. Austin Ekeler needs 110 rushing and receiving yards to receive his $100,000 incentive bonus. The Chargers have been a dumpster fire. The Chiefs are resting players, but for me to trust a guy to get 110 rushing or receiving yards is out of this world. For $100,000, no, pass for me. Broncos versus the Raiders. Troutman needs a touchdown to receive a $100,000 bonus. Troutman could use $100,000. His line's probably going to be plus 300. I probably would take a stab on that. This is a game that I want to talk about. 49ers versus Rams. Puka Nacua has a chance to not only break the rookie reception record of 104 receptions set by Alabama's own Jalen Waddle, or Miami's own Jalen Waddle. We're talking about the NFL now. It needs 29 yards to break Bill Gorman's rookie record of 1,473 yards. Not only is it important for the Rams to win this game, not only is it important for Puka Nacua to have a big game, he's already having big games. Unlike Austin Ekeler, who hasn't had a good game in forever, unlike Troutman, who doesn't score a lot, Puka Nacua is already good. He's already killing it. He already has 101 receptions. He already has 1,445 yards and 5 touchdowns. I would bet Puka Nacua 4 receptions, 50 yards. That's a bet I could live with. Probably won't be the best odds, but it's a bet you know they're going to try to get, because when Cooper Kupp had the opportunity to break the receiving record or set a single season, whatever it was, they just did what they normally do, right? They didn't go out of their way, because going out of their way would probably be them not to pass them the ball, because he was scripted in their offense so much, and that's what Puka Nacua is. So I like that incentive if that's something you want to tackle. Here's a fun one. Bears at Packers. D'Onta Foreman needs 2 touchdowns for $100,000. $800,000. Why not play Foreman 2 touchdowns? I know Khalil Herbert rushed for over 100 yards, and yes, I gave Khalil Herbert and his counterpart, Roschon Johnson, both of their went over their rushing yards when Foreman sat out, gave that out in the Goal Boys Discord chat. Go to my channel, check it out. But anyways, I think Foreman's their goal line back. Those guys had good games, but Foreman has every opportunity and all the ability to score 2 touchdowns. The Bears are playing really good right now. One that's kind of funny. Jordan Love earns $500,000 if the Packers make the playoffs. You can bet the Packers to make the playoffs at -300, but I wouldn't do it against the Bears. Not in this game. Not at this point of the season. I would tell you if you want to bet on the Packers money line at -155, you think Jordan Love balls out even more? Sure, maybe. But I'm actually on their team total win under, so I need them to lose this game for me to cash that bet. So I will not be there with you guys. Seattle versus the Cardinals. Seahawks versus Arizona. Geno will get $2 million in incentives if they make the playoffs. But listen, they have a lot of work to do. So I will not be betting on the Seahawks to win this game just because Geno earns $2 million. Because they need a win and Green Bay to lose. Or they need a tie. Yeah, I said that, tie. Green Bay to lose, Tampa to lose, or tie with the Panthers. Or they need a tie, Green Bay to lose, and New Orleans to lose or tie. Pass on that. This is a good one. This is a really, really fun one. Bills versus the Dolphins. Leonard Floyd can get up to $2 million. Up to $2 million. He needs to get to 10 sacks into 12 sacks. I could bet him to get a sack. I trust him in this situation. Outside of that, there's nothing that I really like in terms of incentives. But let me tell you about a bet that we cashed last week that we're going to bet on this one as well. Josh Allen rushing touchdown. What is water? Wet. What is Josh Allen? A touchdown scoring machine. One in the same. And I'm going to bet him. It's -105 this week, +100 last week. I don't care. I will give them the extra 5 cents because this man's finding the end zone. Not only is this a divisional game, the Bills have an opportunity to win the AFC East. Sounds crazy. I might be crazy, but it sounds crazy, but it's true. And more importantly, people say, Brad, but the Bills always lose to the Dolphins in Miami, blah, blah, blah. Listen, this game is being played in January. Listen, I'm still back in 2023. It's 2024. What is the biggest factor that the Dolphins have at home? And that's weather. The Bills stink at playing in hot climates. It's going to be a beautiful 70 degrees during game time. I expect the Bills to move the ball and absolutely struggle to run with their running backs in the red zone, giving the ball to Josh Allen for him to score a touchdown. Here's a game that I like. Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans. DeAndre Hopkins needs 49 yards for $1 million, 7 catches for $250,000. The Jaguars haven't been great to wide receivers, allowing 12.5 catches, 155 receiving yards per game over their last 8. I would take DeAndre Hopkins 50 plus yards. It's probably going to be 64.5, so I'd probably pair it with 4 catches. They're going to force feed him the ball to get him this incentive, especially to keep him happy, and hopefully he comes back next year. Steelers, Ravens, sure, Jadeveon Clowney needs 9 sacks for $750,000. It's 8.5 sacks right now. I'm passing. Absolutely passing on that one. I don't know if Clowney gets a full workload. I don't know what that's going to look like. If he gets it, congratulations. You just made more money than I've made in a freaking, my working lifetime? Cool. Vikings at Lions. Mattinson needs a little under 100 rushing yards to get a $250,000 bonus. Pass. Just pass. Bucks and Panthers. Levante David needs 1 sack for $750,000. I'm betting that one. He's not a sack machine, but the Panthers have the statistical worst offensive line in the NFL. The Bucks are playing to win the division. They're going to send him on some pressures, and we know Todd Bowles loves the old Madden Engage 8, the zero blitz. You know Levante David's going to try his darndest to get a half a sack. Texans at Colts. Dalton Schultz needs 4 catches for $250,000, 6 catches for $500,000. I settled on over 4.5 receptions. The Colts allow a ton of receptions to the tight end position, so it also stems well. I think that there are a couple bets that you can still find out there that are good, great, or indifferent, but I think you should always be cautious because we may think $100,000 is a lot to a player. we may think that $750,000 is a lot to them, but some of these guys just want to win. If it works out, fine. But for them winning a Super Bowl or for them making the playoffs or for them earning that next contract, it's more important. So be cautious. The guy who's on the internet telling you Michael B. Jordan needs 250 receiving yards to get to 10,000, like 250 receiving yards is just too much. So I'll go over my plays again, and then I'll tell you the incentives I like. I took Josh Allen touchdown minus 105. I took Dalton Schultz over 4.5 receptions plus, I believe it's plus 110. Some of the incentives that I do like: Chris Jones to get a sack, Puka Nacua to hit the rookie reception and receiving yards. I like Foreman 2 touchdowns. That's just fun. That's a lot of money there, you know. Hopkins, I like his receiving yards for his incentives, and Levante David to get a sack. So, guys, I hope I covered it all. And you can always go and search more in the Gold Boys Discord chat. Dudes are always going to be putting out great content. Before you guys go, I need you to make sure you do a couple of favors for me. Like this video, drop your favorite incentives bets in the comments, and ring the bell. It tells you when we go live or we drop a new video. I want to thank goldboys.com and Sleeper Picks. Remember, the codes and the links are down in the description. And I also want to remind you, it's important. Gambling should be fun. If you have a gambling problem, pick up the phone and dial 1-800-GAMBLER. I'm Brad Thomas, and this week we are putting a bow on the NFL regular season. Best of luck.